I shall now review Small Victories by Antelope Hill Publishing. I have reviewed other books on this channel by authors like Professor Edward Dutton, Semi-Agog, and David Irving. I used specific metrics in those reviews, and I use them here too. Regarding the size of the book is 267 pages long and measures 8.5 by 5.5 by 3/4 of an inch. It is small enough to be held in one hand, and it is not heavy. The content of the book is well suited to short reading periods, so handling it will not be an issue. As for the title, the main title is Small Victories, and the subtitle is Antelope Hill Writing Competition 2022. This is about as clear as it could be about what the book is, though it is not immediately clear what kinds of stories will be in it. Will it be a cascade of romance stories, for example? It is not clear that the book will contain poetry and stories, from the title. However, the title is as direct as it can be. Regarding the appearance of the book, the front cover has a warm combination of black, yellow, and red. The colors contrast well without clashing and hurting the eye, while also allowing the details to stand out. The subtitle is yellow on black, the title red on yellow. In the middle is a picture of a typewriter sporting the same color scheme. The typewriter is chunky, with soft corners, etc. It is easy to look at the front and quickly read the title. On the back of the book, the blurb is yellow with black text. The blurb is short and easy to read, but even being so short, it is possibly a little long. You are halfway through it before you discover that there will be both prose and poetry. At the same time, the blurb adds the information that the title could not, and the reader is left fully primed for the content of the book. The spine of the book carries the title in yellow on black and the subtitle in red on yellow. I find the title clearer on the spine than it is on the front cover. The colors will make the book easy to pick out of a row of other books. Moving inside the book, we consider the language used. The nature of the content, poems and short stories, lends itself to clear, concise, and efficient use of English. There is simply no time to waste on flowery ramblings or long digressions. Furthermore, the contributors are likely not professional writers, so they have not picked up sophisticated habits. They seek to convey a message, so the language chosen conveys it. It is very easy to understand this book, and no time is lost fighting to comprehend it. The book does contain some figures, but they are not related to any of the other content as far as I can see. They exist independently. They appear as nice surprises without distracting from the rest of the book. They are inobtrusive and inoffensive. There are some footnotes to explain some Afrikaans and South African jargon. One of the contributors is from South Africa. That was helpful in that case. The book is poetry at the front and short stories at the back. The winners in each category, poems and short stories, comes at the end of their category, immediately preceded by honorable mentions and runners-up. Maybe the two, the prose and the poetry, could have been more mixed to present more variety as the reader reads. But then again, it is better for a repeated reading to know to look near the end for a short story, rather than hunt for it among poems. The poems and stories come in a variety of styles. Some poems rhyme and others do not. Verses vary from couplets to 30 lines or more. Some are pages long, while others are just a few lines. The stories range from factual and autobiographical to fictional narrative. One in particular made inventive use of chronology. Every other sentence corresponded to what was happening at the time or what had come before. This variety in style makes the book engaging and energetic, with the reader constantly refreshed by new novelty. Each poem or story is about a small victory, and it is interesting to see what each contributor interpreted as a small victory. Some of the more frequent ones were the birth of a child, personal self-improvement, liberation from doubt or fear, leaving behind a legacy, marrying, and accomplishing a goal. It is generally clear to the reader what the victory was, whether explicitly stated or implicitly. Usually the victory is personal to the protagonist, and sometimes posthumous, but it is always one within one's power to achieve. Through the strength of one's own will, one can have the victory, and sometimes having the strength of will is the victory. The book gives a perspective to the reader on how easily they too could win themselves a victory, and even though they are small, they are not small where it counts. The book is a nice tonic for defeatism. Victory begins with the self and spreads from there. In all cases, the idea of what a small victory is, or how one feels to get one, or what motivates one to get one, is clear. The reader comes away each time understanding what the victory was, whether an achievement or an attitude. The contributors each got their message across, and in many different ways. There are many interesting ideas, settings, and characters in the book. The substance benefits from brevity. The reader does not get lost in any one contribution, nor weary of them, since he can stop at any time and return later, with no duty to remember what came before, as he would need to remember in a novel or history book, etc. Overall, the book is handy, pretty, well laid out, and easy to read. I enjoyed it and recommend it.